Economic development, an essential subject from Vinipedia. Economic development is good to the point that it does not cause unnecessary and excessive damage to the world around us. However, with time, there have been several developments which have had frightening consequences. Instead of giving us happiness and satisfying our desires, excessive economic developments in some cases have produced contradictory results. Srila Prabhupada says very wisely, if we have unflinching faith and devotion to the lotus feet of Krishna, then we can automatically become nikikana, liberated, developed an economic condition for a devotee. Then, although these things are not important, they come automatically as Krishna gives them to him. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinicote's economic development category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. A material desire is explained as a desire to enjoy the material world to its fullest extent. In modern language, this is called economic development. An inordinate desire for economic development is considered to be like straws and grains of sand within the heart. If one is overly engaged in material activity, the heart will always remain disturbed. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya LL 12.135. One should not waste his time by so-called economic development and sense gratification, but should cultivate spiritual knowledge to understand the supersoul and the individual soul and their relationship. In this way, by advancement of knowledge, one can achieve liberation and the ultimate goal of life. It is said that if one takes to the path of liberation, even rejecting his so-called duties in the material world, he is not a loser at all. But a person who does not take to the path of liberation yet carefully executes economic development and sense gratification loses everything. Armad Bh Gavatam 4.22. 37. One may be very proud of possessing a vast empire, but such empires are impermanent. After 100 or 200 years, everything is finished. All such positions of economic development, although created with great endeavor and hardship, are vanquished very soon. Therefore they have been described as Kal. An intelligent man should conclude that material economic development is not at all pleasing. Armad Bh Gavatam 7.7. 39. Atheists are of the opinion that there is no need to accept the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be successful in religion, economic development, sense gratification or liberation. Since King Vino was such a man, he did not believe in the existence of God. Modern civilization agrees with the principles of King Vina, but factually if we scrutinizingly study all the conditions of religion, economic development, sense gratification and liberation, we must accept the principles of the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Armad Bh Gavatam 4.21. 30. When, however, one is enlightened in Krishna consciousness, he can use these for the service of the Lord. That is a very suitable proposition. Everything has a relationship with Krishna. When all economic development and material advancement are utilized to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, a new phase of progressive life arises. Armad Bh Gavatam 3.30. 3. Progressive human civilization is based on Brahminical culture, God consciousness and protection of cows. All economic development of the state by trade, commerce, agriculture and industries must be fully utilized in relation to the above principles, otherwise all so-called economic development becomes a source of degradation. Armad Bh Gavatam 1.19. 3. While chanting the holy name of the Lord, one should not desire the material advancements represented by religiosity, economic development, sense gratification and ultimately liberation from the material world. As stated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the highest perfection in life is to develop one's love for Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita, DLL 7.84. Perfection of materialistic life is suitably attained by the process of observing religious principles. This leads automatically to successful economic development, and thus there is no difficulty in satisfying all material desires. Since Dhruva Maharya, as a king, had to keep up his status quo or it would not have been possible to rule over the people in general, he did it perfectly. But as soon as he saw that his son was grown up and could take charge of the royal throne, he immediately handed over the charge and retired from all material engagements. Armad Bh Gavatam 4.12. 14.